God is CEO.
I will give answer.
Isn't that how it works is if you submit to God, He will take care of your life. And that has been my experience, and I am taking that message across. And I have been very successful in doing it because I started this 5 years back when my life was totally kind of out of control. I went for treatment. I was able to get out of it by the grace of God, by a total submission to His will. And I am a witness. So I am very proud to witness and work for God. Everything that I do, all credit goes to God. I have nothing to gain. So with that relief that I have received, I take that message to people who are struggling with alcoholism or drugs or other type of addiction in their life. And I started this program back 5 years back. And I go to an Orthodox church here in Stafford. Avruthe Achan is a very good close friend of mine and a very good motivator for me. He told me, Thomas Woody, with all your experience, you should take this out to the community because there are people suffering. So on my own, I contacted guys who were suffering and I started meeting with them on Zoom. Luckily, this Corona came, COVID. Nobody could get out. So Zoom was the best choice. So on Zoom we started meeting with 2 or 3 people. And I got Mr. Alexander Jacob. You know him, I think, most of you. And he is the brother-in-law of our church member CPA Thambi, Alexander Matthew. So he came and he brings a world of experience from addiction because he used to work for a Marthama church sponsored counseling centers back in Kerala. They experience we were sharing with people on Zoom how to get out of it. And so far, in the last 5 years, I have talked to at least about 57 people and families. And the people who drink, they enjoy it and they live their life the way they want. They don't care about others. They don't care about their family. They don't care about anything else. All they want is they love alcohol more than their spouse or their children. That is their experience. Unfortunately, most of the people sitting here, you don't know what alcoholism is because none of you have that experience, but a few may have. So those who have gone through this alcoholic experience, their personal life and their social life and their family life is a total mess. And the women or the parents are the one who are most suffering out of it. And the children, they are devastated. So with all this knowledge, people still doesn't know that alcoholism is a disease. The only message I want to tell you is that those who are sitting here, you should know that this is a sickness or a disease and it can be treated. This is covered by insurance. This is covered by major insurances, and you can go to the hospital and you can get medical leave through this and you won't lose your job or anything. But this is a thing that needs to be addressed as a treatment. So, മിക്കവാറും നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാരെല്ലാം പറയുന്നത് ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് നമുക്കെല്ലാം ഒരു ഈഗോ, നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാം ഒരു എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, ഞാൻ ഏതാണ്ടാണെന്നുള്ളൊരു ഭാവം വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മളെല്ലാം വിചാരിക്കും ഇത് ആരോടും പറയണ്ടെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് they conceal it. But it is going to explode one day. Before that explodes, a lot of bad things are happening in the families. The worst part is that നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു 70-80 വയസ്സാണ് മനുഷ്യന് ദൈവം ഭൂമിയിൽ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. From my experience, what I have seen, people they don't make it even halfway through their life. They die prematurely. They die before their time. I am still alive because I was able to quit. If I was continuing my same pattern of life, I wouldn't be alive here. My wife would have been a widow. My children would have been fatherless. So what I'm saying is, you should know this, that this is a disease. ആരെയും ജഡ്ജ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് പറയേണ്ട കാര്യം വളരെ പേഴ്സണലായിട്ട് കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മോനെ ഗോ ഗെറ്റ് ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ്, ഹെൽപ്പ് ഈസ് അവൈലബിൾ, ദർ ഈസ് ഹോസ്പിറ്റൽ, ദർ ആർ. ആ ഒരു മെസ്സേജ് നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും എടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് മറ്റുള്ളവർ പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഹെൽപ്പ് ദം ഗോ ട്രീറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ്. അവരെ അല്ലാതെ Don't humiliate them by saying that why you are drinking. If you keep asking questions, they will irritate them. They'll drink more. അതുകൊണ്ട് അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും ഉണ്ടാകാതിരിക്കാനായിട്ട് നിങ്ങളെ ഈ സമൂഹത്തിൽ വന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഇതൊന്ന് അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം, മറ്റുള്ളവരോട് പറയണം. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. Every week on Sunday evening, without fail, from 7 to 8, this meeting is going on. We got about 15-20 people coming every week. And on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, for women, because they are the women suffering from this, and they don't want to let other people know. So it's totally private and confidential, but they come and share. When they come and share, some are widows, some are divorced, some are in the process of divorce, some are struggling, some came out of it. So everything is working. But because of the anonymity, there is confidentiality, and people feel at ease to share their sorrows and struggles and draw strength from one another. അതൊന്നും വളരെ ഭംഗിയായിട്ട് പോകുന്നുണ്ട്. Above all, we believe that it is possible only by the help of God. So we have a prayer on Friday on Zoom. എല്ലാ വെള്ളിയാഴ്ചയും ഫ്രൈഡേയിൽ 1 മണിക്കൂർ ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും കൂടെ കൂടിയിരുന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കും. Because unless He allows, nothing is going to happen. ഞാനിത് പറയാൻ കാരണം, എല്ലാത്തിനും ഒരു കറക്റ്റ് ടൈമുണ്ട്. കർത്താവ് ഈ ഭൂമിയിൽ അവതരിച്ചത് when the time was right. സമയം കാലത്തെങ്കിൽ കർത്താവ് വന്നെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞവിടെ മലയാളി കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ഈസ് സോ ബ്ലെസ്ഡ് വിത്ത് a judge for Fort Bend County, a mayor for Stafford, judge for Surendran, and we have Judge Julie. She probably will come or she may not, I don't know. And we have Mayor Helicat. We are all blessed by these. നമ്മുടെയൊക്കെ മലയാളികൾ നാട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് വന്നവർ ഇപ്പം ഇവിടുത്തെ അമേരിക്കയിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ സിറ്റിയാണ് ഷുഗർലാൻഡ്. അതിൻ്റെ എല്ലാം സാരഥികളായിട്ടിരിക്കുന്ന നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാരൊക്കെ ആണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് they are here to bless us with their position, whatever they can contribute to us. അങ്ങനെ ഈ ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും കൂടെ കൊണ്ട് വന്ന് ദൈവം അനുഗ്രഹിച്ച ഈ ഒരു മുഹൂർത്തം ധന്യമായി തീരട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചുകൊണ്ട്, എന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ദൈവത്തോട് ചോദിച്ചു. ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് സജി ഹാസ് ഗോട്ട് എ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് what do you call it, outlook. എനിക്ക് I can only do what I am specializing in. പുള്ളി പാട്ട് പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, എൻ്റെ വൈഫ് പാടുന്നുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ പാട്ടാണെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയി വീട്ടിൽ എനിക്കിരിക്കാനൊക്കത്തില്ല, കാരണം I have no talent to sing or music. So people who are interested in a different or capable of different things in their profession, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഉള്ള ടാലൻറ്റ് use it for the uplift of the community. And I have my son who is a licensed counselor as a addiction rehab, and he is also available to give any kind of help according to his convenience. So we are here to help any way we can. Only refer people if they want to get out of it. With that, thank you. George, you want to say something, sir?
Okay. Let me just bring it. Yeah. So, you asked me if I wanted to say something. Definitely, I do. And so this is something. It's a bad day. This is my third event. I have to go to one more. I thought about. It's cold and everything, and then I thought about this man, and I tell you, I have utmost respect, and I just wanted to say that for him. Of course, Saji is somebody I come to know later, but I have utmost respect for Thomas Saip, but he is instrumental in this, and I'm so happy and excited, and thank you for letting him do all this stuff, because it is not easy. I just wanted to say, especially by the blessing of God, I'm able to do certain things in the community, and I lead our county, which is the 8th largest county in state of Texas. But end of the day, I always say that end of the day, I'm a Malayali. End of the day, whether I like it or not, that's who I am. And I cannot run away from this community. This community is, anytime I come into things, feel like coming back home. I mean, going home kind of, or going and meeting, family members. That's the way I feel about everybody sitting here. So, one of the thing, sitting there, if you ask some of the judges serving on the benches, and if you ask me, we hear all kind of crazy stories in our community. And I'm not going to get into any details, but, like beautifully mentioned here, Alcoholic Anonymous is a concept started 50, 75 years ago. There is no leaders, there is no president, there is no secretary, or none of that stuff. Everybody come together with no expectation, sit down. I also, that they sit in a circle. So that means there is no special seat for anybody, and they all share their experiences and they go home. And the one who started thinking, you know what, I'm accepted the way I am, and nobody putting any judgment. That's where our community have to come out of, because I don't know, is that okay to say your story? Okay. We had some experience in our family. Shiva is my wife, and her father was alcoholic. This is 1998, and he got violent, and ultimately we have to call the police, and he spent a day in a jail, and of course that changed his life. And at the time our children were little, and after he went through all that program, he was one of the best grandfather our children could have. He even today, and I don't know how many years now, 25 plus 28 years he is sober, and everything is wonderful. And point what I'm trying to make is, it was stressful, and fortunately, I don't know, I never got the habit of drinking alcohol. And I don't know, people call me, I'm not a man and I'm not a guy, kind of thing. People said, if you are a man, you have to drink some. I don't know, for some reason I never felt that. But the point what I'm so thankful I don't drink, by the way. So the point is, I'm trying to make is, there is no judgment or none of that stuff. And this is all good group of people sitting here today. And I'm glad we are having this conversation. But I wish some of our achins or temple priests or whoever, they were in this meeting, because the only way we are going to create some kind of in-depth conversation, because so sometimes people don't come into this kind of event or get engaged in, because it's a trust issue, and it's personal to people. It is a trust issue, and I think we all go to church, and church, most of the time we trust to go and pray to God, and look at our local churches, whether it is Sugar Creek or many other churches. They do have departments for family counseling and all these things. But maybe we don't have the resources, we don't have the plan or programs in place. But I ask you guys to engage with our priests, and at least some of them coming into this conversation, because they should be the counselors, in my opinion, above and beyond you all. And if anything I can do, and as Uncle rightfully mentioned, this is a sickness, and you have to accept it, you have to understand it is a sickness, and that's the only way we are going to address it. And I am, whenever he asks me to do anything, get on the Zoom meeting or whatever that is, and I do it because I respect this man so much, and he's taking his time and telling his story and making a difference. We wanted to make a difference. But by the way, maybe not, none of these people, alcoholism is a major problem in our community, a major problem. I think more than 50% of Malayali men are alcoholic. Different level. That's a fact. Let's accept it. And so I don't know. There is no solution for just somehow remove that issue and move forward. But accepting it, there is a saying: accepting I have a problem is 50% of the solution. And many people they're not even ready to accept it. That is the problem. And I'm not saying anything you haven't heard so far, but I just wanted to say I came because I wanted to support this effort. And even we have behavioral health services. We have a department in Portland County, and I can definitely engage them into this conversation, and any kind of counseling and things of that nature. It is available. But at the same time, you need to understand this is an area where the need is so big, so big. And so the volunteering is, our community is educated. We have so much expertise in this area, so we all can volunteer. And also, Uncle, let me ask you a question. So many years you lived before, and last 5 years.
15 years.
No, last 5 years. No, you're sober for 15 years. No, I'm talking about last 5 years. You said you started to helping people. Is your life got better, or how do you feel about it?
I feel very blessed every day.
Right. Because you're making a difference in people's life, and that's something we have to take it to our heart. And and when you help others, and your life is going to get more blessed, more engaged. I don't know how to say it. You all know it, hopefully. And let's all get together and put plans in place. And if anything I can do for as a person, in my official capacity, I'm ready to do that. I'm available to do that. But thank you for giving me an opportunity to say a few words, I should say. You all are here in this cold weather because you care about this conversation, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I just want to say, God bless you all. Let's move forward. Always remember the story of Starfish. Let's pick one out and save that person and move. And that's the message I wanted to say. Let's continue to do this good work. And thank you for both of you for leading this effort. Thank you.
Can we start having an introduction from one end? That way, within a minute, you can introduce yourself.